Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about what happened tonight on 2024 NBA Playoff Day 59, where tonight was played the NBA Finals Game 5, where the Boston Celtics didn't have any problem and defeated 106 to 88 to Dallas Mavericks at 21 points, 18 points difference. Sorry, with this victory, the Boston Celtics won the series 4-1. They won the NBA final and won his 18th title in his history, and now they overcome the Lakers because remember they were tied in the most title and most NBA title with 17, and now the Boston Celtics are the team that have more titles in the NBA history. This is so sad because I am a Lakers fan. Well, about this game, to be honest, the Boston Celtics dominate this game completely. They didn't have any problem to win this game, and they deserve this championship because they were the best team in the regular season and in the playoffs. About the and to be honest, the Dallas Mavericks competed, but in the end they couldn't defeat this team because Boston Celtics were the best team in the all the season and all the postseason. About this game, the Boston Celtics took the advantage of the first quarter and they handled all the game and they won the game easily. In the first quarter, the Boston Celtics took an advantage of more than 3 to 6 point difference. They increased it to a 10-point difference, and in the first quarter, but later the Mavericks reduced that gap. But in the last minute is when the Boston Celtics created that gap. They won the quarter by 10-point difference, 28 to 18, and in that moment the game was over. In the beginning of the second quarter is when the Boston Celtics took a little 60 points difference. Later the Mavericks reduced that gap to a 10-point difference. But again happened the same that in the first quarter, when in the last minutes of the game, the Boston Celtics closed better the game, and this happened. And close better, sorry, the quarter, and this is something that happened in the last games, where the Boston Celtics increased the lead to 21 point difference. They won this quarter 38 to 28, and they were leading 67 to 46 in the halftime, and in that moment the game was over. In the second half, the history was the same because Boston Celtics had always the lead, where in the beginning of the third quarter, the Boston Celtics took a 26 point lead, but later the Celtics realized this basketball ever, where the Mavericks reduced the gap to a 14 point difference. But after that, the Boston Celtics put attention of the errors. They tried to score more points. In the end, the Mavericks won the quarter by 2-point difference, 21 to 19. They reduced the game to a 19-point difference, where the Boston Celtics were leading 86 to 67. But in the end, the game was over because the Celtics were leading by almost 20-point difference, and they had the game under control. And to be honest, this third quarter it was the worst gameplay because there was a lot of errors by both teams. This is something that happened in all the NBA finals. It wasn't a very great played NBA finals because both teams play a very bad basketball. And in the fourth quarter, the Celtics had always the lead of the control. Well, they always had a 17 points lead. Later they increased the lead to more than 20-point difference, and in the end the game was over. The Mavericks won again the quarter, this time by 1 point difference, but in the end the Boston won it by 106 to 88 by 18-point difference. They won the series and they won the championship. About the overall statistics, the Boston Celtics threw for a 43% from field goal. They made 13 triples. This was amazing, but they made 11 of these 13 triples in the first half, and they made 17 free throws. And the paint, both teams tied 42 to 42. And by the Mavericks side, they threw for a 45% and they scored 11 triples. But most of this happened in the second half, where the Boston Celtics had the game under control and dominated. About the individual statistics, the best player was Jason Tatum, that made a double-double with 31 points and 11 rebounds. Jaylen Brown, that scored 21 points, and Jaylen Brown was the MVP of this NBA Finals. He played a tremendous basketball ever, and he deserved. and the third best player was Drew Holiday that made a double-double with 50 points and 11 rebounds. Thanks, Drew Holiday was the Mrs. piece that they needed, where because he came in the off season, and this was amazing from the team. And Derek White that with 40 points, and he broke one feet. About the Mavericks side, the best player was again Luka Doncic that played a tremendous basketball level. No, using the offense side, because in the defense side he played a poorly defense game where he made a double with 20 points and 12 rebounds, but it wasn't enough. And Kyrie Irving that scored 50 points. He played a very bad, a poorly basketball level. He talked about this about face Boston, his former one of his former team, but he couldn't did what he talked about. He talked about loss a lot, and he played a very bad. And the second best and the third best scorer was Josh Green with 40 points, and the last one was Derrick Jones Jr. with 10 points. So to talk about Mavericks, just talk about that they made a very great season. They finished in the 5th place with 50 victories and 32 losses. They did a surprise because they defeated in the first round the Clippers 4-2. In the Western Conference Semifinals, they defeated the first set, the Oklahoma City Thunder 4-2. In the Western Conference Finals, they defeated 4-1 the Timberwolves. And in this finals, they couldn't defeat the Boston because the Boston were the best team. And the Dallas Mavericks look tired, but they did a tremendous basketball, a very great season. Let's see if they can overcome what happened in this series, and to improve his basketball level and come better the next season. So about the Boston, the champion team. Remember that Boston was the best team in the regular season. They have the record 64-18. They lost less than 20 games. This was amazing for them. They dominate the East Conference, and the rest of the NBA since the beginning to the end of the regular season. Later in the playoff, they play against the Miami Heat. They didn't have any problem. They defeated 4-1 the Heat. They had an easy series, but something that a lot of people was complaining is that Jamie Blotter and some other players didn't play. But this was no excuse, because the Boston Celtics were the best team in the Eastern Conference semifinals. They again didn't have any problem, and they defeated in 5 games the Cavs. That again they have some problem with the injuries, where the Cleveland Cavaliers top star Donovan Mitchell got injured, and he didn't play the last 2 games. But in the end, the Boston Celtics were a better team. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics sweep the series, and they have an easy series. About this series, again in the last 2 games, the Pacers superstar Halliburton didn't play. But again, the Boston Celtics were a better team, and they won the game. And about the NBA Finals, again, the Boston Celtics didn't have any problem because they dominate all the game. To be honest, they have an easy game because they dominate the game, and then they always have the game under control. The only game that they didn't play very well was in the game 4, where they relaxed his basketball level, where the Mavericks won by 30 point difference. But in this game, the Boston Celtics relaxed a lot. So the Boston Celtics deserve all this victory because they were the best team in the regular season and in the playoffs. So congratulations. I'm very sad because I am a Lakers fan, and now the Boston Celtics have the most titles in the NBA history with 18 NBA titles. The Lakers have 17 NBA titles and 1 in season tournament. So let's see if the Lakers can improve the basketball level and play and compete and try to win the next NBA title. So what's next? The NBA 2023-2024 NBA season finished today. So today is finished the cover in here. Cover the NBA playoffs, the 2024 NBA playoffs. This is the last day of the NBA playoffs, the day 59, and now we'll have to wait 3 months for the beginning of the 2024-2025 NBA season. So I'm going to talk about a little more, and I'm going to give my prediction about the first days of October. But remember that in July or in August, there is the Olympics game in Paris 2024, where there was a basketball games. I don't know if I'm going to talk about the Olympics games, but it's sure that I'm going to talk about the 2024-2025 NBA season, where remember that I'm going to talk about my favorite team games, the Los Angeles Lakers, and about the NBA standings each week. So in this video, I talk about what happened tonight, where in the game 5 on the NBA Finals, the Boston Celtics didn't have any problem and defeated by 18 point difference the Dallas Mavericks. They won the series for one. They won the NBA title. The 18. They are now the team with most championship in the NBA history. The best player was Jaylen Brown, the MVP. The Bill Russell prize, and the Celtics were the best team in the regular season. They have the best record, and they have an easy run because they defeated the Miami the Heat in 5 games in the first round, the Cavs in 5 games in the Eastern Conference Semifinals. They sweep the series against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they have an easy run in the NBA Finals, where they won in 5 games the Mavericks. So this is all for tonight. See you next video. Gibran.